The houses that we have been getting in Disney Dreamlight Valley's premium shop recently have been really cute, but this one has just knocked all of them out of the park. I am so in love with the brand new Mush house that when I saw it, I was like, I have to do a build for this. I have to. So that is what we are going to do today. I really hope you enjoy this build. Let me know if you've purchased the house in the comments below. But without further ado, here it is. So this is where I've decided to put my Mush house. As you can see, I have also brought down the altar from the Sunlit Plateau because I wanted a pond. You'll see why later. I just feel like it might help fit in with the area. And I've also done a little bit of a path just to give me some bare bones and an idea of a structure. I have played around with this kind of build off stream a little bit because I wasn't even sure if I was actually going to record for it. But here we are, we're doing it. As you can see, I've used some of the little stones to lead the way from the Mush house down to the actual pathway, and I have also dropped a whole bunch of things. Some of these I've moved from what I was playing around with earlier. Some of these I've just got out ready because I really hate scrolling through my inventory. It just takes forever and ever and ever. Now, I don't feel like this tree was an obvious choice for putting in the meadow, but I kind of love the way that it looks, and it is a moss covered tree, I think it's called, and I just feel like it fits the whole vibe of the Mush house. And then I did try and expand out the path a little bit here. It was just giving me a bit of a weird kind of shape, but because of the way that the rocks or the area ends, it just wasn't working quite right. So I tried to play around with this a little bit. It wasn't quite working for me. A lot of this is going to be like trial and error, but I think it kind of turns out in the end. I want it to have like a nice kind of cross between like overgrown and also fall, if that makes any sense at all. But I want pumpkins in here because I feel like the pumpkins kind of match. And I've also picked, I think these are the gooseberries as well, because I think the colors scream fall. And this is why I wanted to include this sofa. I could have put anything here. Originally, I actually did have like the fruit stand there because everyone loves the fruit stand and I really wanted to use it, but I love this sofa and I really wanted to use it, and I think that the colors are just really nice and go with it because it's kind of like muted. If I could have this sofa in real life, I think I probably would, because I also love the pattern on it. It's just so cute. Basically, I'm fangirling over this sofa and I'm here for it. And then I thought the fallen leaves would be nice as well, because if we're trying to get that fall aesthetic, then why not add in some of those? I really wish that they did these in like a Sunlit Plateau version, although I feel like these kind of are, but you know what I mean, like the leaves are kind of more like browny as opposed to like bright green. I just feel like that would be really nice, and that would be the perfect fall item, I think. As you can see, we are using a lot of foliage here. I'm using the beach grass because we're in the meadow and that just matches the best. Even though it is sometimes a little bit too green, I feel like it kind of works. And then I have decided to use the brown colour bushes, or I guess the orange kind of bushes, as I was just saying. I'm saying bushes a lot, and those of you that are fans of the channel might be like, she's doing this on purpose. I really wasn't. Okay, and these flowers are a must, obviously. The orange and yellow ones are really my favourite. But we're just going to mix in lots of stuff. I really do love this house. I really do wish, my one gripe with the house is that the grass could change colour. I know a lot of people are going to be like so mad about it, but there is different ways that you can do it, and I have seen some really good builds of this already. I don't know whether people have just swapped out houses or whether they've purposely built around them, but we're having the path around the outside and then it doesn't look as obvious. So if you put all of, like, for example, the brown path around it and then put like foliage and bushes and flowers and things, then I don't feel it's as obvious that the grass doesn't match whatever biome you decide to put it in. Obviously it does match the meadow, so it doesn't matter so much, which is kind of why I wanted it here. That, and also my meadow is pretty empty at the moment. I have like one small little build over the other side because I tore down my whole valley. I do have a full tour if you want to watch that of before I tore it down, but apart from my plaza, which I really like, and I'm not touching that, the rest of my valley is such a mess at the moment. I walk around it and I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? There is random Dream Snap builds everywhere. Some bits are like kind of done, like my Forest of Valor. I'm saying it funny again, Valor. My Forest of Valor has a pumpkin house build, and I love that build, so I'm not going to tear that down, but otherwise it's just a mess. And if Disney Dreamlight Valley keep bringing out these cute houses, I'm going to have to do something about it because I don't have room for them all. I don't know. Are you all struggling? I don't know if this is just a me problem. Where are you putting all of these houses? Are you buying all the houses or are you just not? Because I have serious FOMO. Like, what if it doesn't come back? I know a lot of the premium shop items have been recycled, but now I have moonstones coming in from Dream Snaps. I'm not so worried about not having moonstones. I don't know. It's just a whole thing. My mind is so confused right now. I don't know what the best thing to do. Buy all the houses, don't buy all the houses. But as you can see, this is coming along, and I haven't even talked about another one of my favorite items. So we've fangirled over the sofa. I'm now going to fangirl over the Wally bathtub. So cute. Love it. Very interesting choice. Wouldn't have necessarily thought that this would be an obvious furniture item to put in the game. I've never really watched Wally. Actually, I did watch Wally and then I fell asleep. But is this in the film? Either way, I'm so happy for it. It's so cute and it looks wonderful in like gardens. So I just have to include it in every single garden build that I do. It's going to be there and it's going to look fabulous because who doesn't want a bathtub of flowers? I certainly want a bathtub of flowers. Maybe this is just a Fleurs thing, but you never know. Anyway, this is all coming together now. I don't know quite how I'm going to feed it all into my whole kind of meta design because I haven't decided what I want to do with my meta design. But now I'm seeing this, maybe I do go down a full-on cottagecore route and have the little purple cottage here as well. My only problem is there is a lot of castles now, so that might struggle to fit in with the build. I have decided to add in another entranceway into this area on the left where I said that I put the altar because I haven't started building there yet, but I'll give you a heads up as to what's going to come. If it wasn't a giveaway that you saw the autumn kind of blanket there, I want to incorporate that, do a little picnic area, make it feel like a little bit festive, or seasonal might be the better choice of word, but yeah, just have a cute little picnic area, because even though it's fall, it may be getting a bit chillier. Who says you can't have a picnic in fall? And this really does look like the perfect spot to have a picnic. Now we have the pond, some trees, some flowers. It's going to be great. All you need now is good food. And I'm sure on this array of food here, I see bread, I see cheese. This is going to be delicious. Perfect. So if you want to join me for a picnic, you're more than welcome. So I'm going to get some more trees in here. As you can see, I did mix in some of the, I think they're the maple trees. I do wish that they came a bit shorter versions. I don't know. Maybe they're okay height, but I wanted to be careful that I wasn't the tree on the left of the Mush house wasn't overleaning the Mush house too much, because I like the way that the Mush house looks. So I want to see it as much as possible. Yeah, you may be noticing as well that the lighting in this corner of the meadow is very strange. Had I known this in advance, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I would have done it somewhere else. I would have recorded it somewhere else so it wasn't such a pain. But it gets very dark and then on occasion it gets very light. And I don't know whether that's because it's taking the light from the Glade of Trust. That would make sense if it's doing that. But yeah, I apologize for that in advance. I'm very sorry. As you can see, I'm just making way for this bike. This bike, obviously, I love this bike and I do fit it in quite a lot of my builds, but it's yellow. It has that full feel. I love the idea that whoever is kind of going to this picnic has decided to rock up on their little push bike and then just leave it up against the fence while they enjoy all of the goodies of the picnic. As much as I wanted to try and get all of my Gusby brushes here, it was a little bit of a struggle because they are quite large. So maybe, oh no, have we got them all? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think we're missing one. I think we might be missing one. So we might have to just leave that one out of here and I'll just fit it in at a later date. But it does look, it's starting to look very full. We've got lots of fall colours in here. And I did struggle nearer the end, and I don't know, because I like everything so cluttered, maybe I should have like left the trees till last or something. I don't know. It really is just like, it's like a puzzle. I will compare it to a puzzle because you have to move things around, move different pieces, because you know that they're so big and like other things are that big. It's just, yeah, it's fun. I love decorating, but sometimes that can be a little bit frustrating because you're like, just go there, just sit there, and it doesn't want to. The game just says no. And I do find that sometimes about Disney Dreamlight Valley, it's some of the things, after playing decorating in a fair few different games now, I would say that the one thing that does annoy me about the decorating, actually there's a few things, but another thing that does annoy me about the decorating is the fact that the area for the item often feels larger than it needs to be. Like, for example, that tub of flowers that I just picked up, it is like a lot bigger. You could do that as a 2x2, so like it was 4 squares wide, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Yeah, it's a 3x3. Why is it 3x3? I get that it comes out over the top of it, but it definitely doesn't need to be. Anyway, it was at this point where I was like, oh, we're gonna get lots of flowers in here, and then I was like, what am I missing? What could fill up these spaces? And then it dawned on me, I was like, pumpkins. So here I am trying to find the pumpkins. There is lots of different pumpkins, but I don't really like the faces showing, so I always rotate them around. I don't know if I'm just being like a Halloween Grinch or whatever, but I do think that just for full builds, they do look better with their faces turned around. I'm sure you could all agree with me. And then another flower which I just feel like is just perfect, and in the plant pots, is some sunflowers. So instead of just planting flowers, I thought that these would just be like a nice mixture, give some different like heights and things, so nice to mix it up once in a while. And then I did remember about the yellow little birdhouse. It's such a nice item, and I just love just popping it in there. It may never ever get noticed, people may never ever realize that it's there, but I know it's there, and it does look kind of cute, that's for sure. We really are coming to the end now. Just gonna mess around, have some final touches. I don't think I can really put much more foliage back there. Am I just trying to like put in clutter for the sake of putting clutter? Perhaps, but who can say no to more flowers? It's just, they're great, aren't they? You can't say no to more flowers, and it does give more colour. It gives different colours and things, so it's all nice. So we're really nearly at the end now. I've got some photos of the finished product, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed building with me, and I shall see you again soon. Enjoy the pictures. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if you have bought this house, and if you have, which biome have you put it in?